This video is going to be about aural skills and criteria 3, which is about chord progressions and being able to recognise them by ear. So we've done quite a lot of work on this throughout the year. However, I thought I'd do a video sort of summarising them all. And obviously the aural chord progression sheet is a really good thing to work on at home. If you've got a keyboard, learn how to play them all. But if not, if you've got another instrument, make sure you learn how to play that. So if you're a guitar player, learn how to play all the chord progressions on your guitar in any key. If you're a solo line player like clarinet or saxophone, then arpeggiate your way through the chords and try and play a line through them and things like that. And if you're a singer, you should be able to sing the roots and maybe try and arpeggiate through them as well. But you should definitely be able to sing through the roots of the chords, essentially. So the first one is nice and easy. So it's 1, 4, 5. So if in the key is C, that's 1, 2, 3, 4 as F, and then G is 5. So if I do them as root position, yeah, you've got that, then that, and then up to there. Yeah, then we're back to the beginning. Often you either do, to make it into 4 bars, you do the 1 foot twice. Or you do the G twice. And you're back to the beginning. So this gets used loads, and I've put basic pop, blues, progressions, stuff like that. More than you can think. You know, the chorus of Here I Go Again by Whitesnake, it's actually in the key of G, but let's play it in C. Is kind of 1, 4, 4, 5, 5, 5, 4, 1, 1, 4, 4, 5, 5. And here, what was the other one that I always remember is Def Leppard, Pour Some Sugar on Me, is the same sort of thing. I think that's in the key of F sharp though. So that's 1, 4, 5. Yeah, that. Yeah, 1, 4, 5. Very nice. So, the next one on the list is 5, 4, 1. So I always think Sweet Home Alabama sort of does this sort of thing with the chords. So you're on 5, so from the key of C we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we go 5, 4 to 1. So it makes 1 feel like home when you get to it. So root position. So sounds like yeah, 5, 4, 1, 5, 4. Very nice. So the next one on the list is 1, 6, 4, 5, essentially, and I put 1950s doo-wop. This obviously isn't, you have to stick to that, and you're only going to find 1950s doo-wop songs that do this, but that's kind of quite characteristic of the style. So you get if you know all those sort of songs that. And what you often find as well is the root between 1 and 6 moves through 7, so it's 1, 7, 6. You often find that. Yeah, and then even maybe through 5 to 4. So you get 1, 7, 6, 5, 4. And then sometimes you're in a chromatic note, going from 4 to 5 because you've got a chromatic note in between. So you might get that sort of thing. If I do it in the wrong octave. get that sort of thing, essentially. So like. So that's that one. Next one on the list is 1564, essentially. So it's, I put the four chord axis of awesome chord progression. This is one that, like, if you want to write a ballad, you know, I just start using this. You could use something else, but you know, it's going to sound great to start with. So it's 1, and then up to 5, which is G, essentially. Then up a bit more to A, which is number 6, and then down to 4, essentially. Yeah, I'll do them in root position. So down to 5, up to 6, down to 4. That video, there are hundreds and hundreds of songs that use this. I'll do them double time, yeah, as well, or not double time, but twice as long. 3, 4. So that's that one. What is next is 251. So I mean, 251s build up, you know, a massive amount of jazz, and jazz tends to use 251s and just take them into lots of different keys, essentially. And you might substitute some of the chords in the 251 as well, and that's basically, you know, a huge amount of jazz is that. Maybe adding a 6 before it, but that's the next one. So. But they are used a lot in pop music still as well. So if we've got the root of C, we come up to the 2. So 2 is a D, 5 is a G, and then we want to land there on one that makes it sound like home. So you've got 2, I'll do root position, so then G is 5, and then 1. Yeah? So if we go from 2, yeah, and then if we stick 7s on, yeah, and you tend to, it's the 1 at the end that you tend to do twice to get 4 bars worth. So if we just go in. Yeah, so 2, 5, 1. I was coming up, when I go from 1 back to 2 at the beginning, just through the chromatic note sounds pretty good, yeah? So 2, 5, 1. Chromatic note. Yeah? So that sounds pretty good. So 2-5-1s, and then 2-5-1s uses cycle of fifths. And if you extend that backwards, then what comes before 2-5-1 is 6-2-5-1. Just is stringing it out and making the cycle of fifths a bit longer. But it's super, super common. I mean, this is used in jazz, but it's also used in a huge amount of songs, 6-2-5-1, essentially. So if we're in the key of C, then it means we're starting on a 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is the A minor. Yeah? And then we go to 2. So it's just like the chord progression before then. So 2, 5, 1. But we're just sticking a 6 in first. So we've got 4 chords. So you've got like A minor, D minor, G, and then to C. Yeah, so. And what you'll notice with cycle of fifths chord progressions is that the roots tend to do this sort of jumping pattern. Like if we keep going, you know, you get that sort of thing going on. So that's a really good way to identify the cycle of fifths. Is that da 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 da, generally going down but jumping. So if let's try it out. So 6, 2, 5, 1, 6, 2, 5, 6, 2, 5. Yeah, so 6-2-5-1 is sort of an extension of 2-5-1 really. Then the next thing on the list is cycle of fifths, and this is really like in a minor key. So you can see we're starting on an A minor, and then we go to D, and then we go to G, and then you go to C, and then F, then B, then E, and you see you get that walking sort of down thing going on again. Yeah, A, D, that sort of thing going on in the bass, essentially. So what you tend to find, if it's a jazz thing, they might walk between the notes. They might go like, yeah, so you get that kind of thing. So you might get a bit of walking bass going on if it's sort of done in a jazz way. But you've got loads of songs like I Will Survive, Fly Me to the Moon, and you might just use a bit of it. So you might not want to use the whole thing. You might use a bit of it essentially. So it sounds like this. I'll play them in root position. So you got A minor, D minor, G, C, F. This is the B minor sort of flat 5, I'll just like a 7 in. And then you get to the E dominant sort of chord. Yeah? Which, what they do on I'll Survive is you play that twice with a sus4. Because this chord progression is only 7 chords long, and obviously you probably want 8 bars worth of it. So you might double one of the chords. So it's a good one at the end of I Will Survive. They go E sus4, 7, and then to the E7. So it's 8 bars long then. So it sounds a bit like this. cycle of fifths in, quite a lot of chords in it, different chords, and you get that thing going on in the bass essentially. The next one is flat 6, flat 7, 1. If you want to know where this comes from, the 1 is obviously in a major key. So in a major key. The flat 6 is actually borrowed from the sort of relative, or not relative, sorry, the parallel minor key. So in a parallel minor key of C minor, chord 6 is an A flat chord. And actually if we're in the parallel C natural minor, the 7 chord is a B flat chord. Yeah? So the chords come from like a parallel minor scale. So instead of C major, the A flat and the B flat come from C minor. So we've got C like that, and then it goes down to A flat major, D major. I always think this makes a really, really good ending. You know, if you're playing a song, stick it in at the end of a song, try it. Yeah, it sounds really, really great at the end of a song. The famous example, obviously, is Crazy Little Thing Called Love, which is in the key of D, and you get that kind of 1, and then flat 6, flat 7. So if we did this in the key of C, you'd be like A flat, so flat 6, flat 7, 1. It's very kind of poppy rocky sort of sound, isn't it? You know? So, you know, that's number 8. And then number 9 is kind of the same thing, but it goes either way. The basic premise is it's 1, and then flat 3. So if we go 1, 2, 3 in a major scale, flatten it, and play it as a major chord. And again, it's parallel. So in C minor, you'll find that chord 3 is actually an E flat major chord. Yeah, so that's where it comes from. So we've got C major, E flat major, then chord 4, which is a normal F chord, and then this kind of goes either way. It can tend to go to 5, yeah. So 1, flat 3, 4, 5. Kind of sounds quite normal. 5, 1, you know, nice and simple. Or flat 6 is a really common thing to do instead of 5. So you get 1, flat 3, 4, flat 6. Yeah? So Give Me Some Lovin' does this, Love Shack does it in the choruses and stuff. And it sounds great, you know? So let's try down the octave a bit. Flat 3, 4, 5, other one, right? So instead of 5, I'm going to go to flat 6. 4, flat 6, flat 6. So, you know, they're really, really cool. 1, flat 3, 4, and then 5, 5, 1, flat 3, 4, know, really, really cool chord progressions, and they sound, the flat 3 makes it sound quite bluesy whenever you do anything like that. You know, you can do one of those, or whatever you like, but it tends to go to flat to 5 or to flat 6, this chord progression. So learn how to play them on the piano if you've got one. Learn how to play them on your guitar. Learn to sing the roots. I mean, everyone, not just singers, but you should all be able to sing the roots, really. And try and arpeggiate your way through the chord progressions and stuff like that to really get to know them, because most pop rock songs are all based on one of these in some way, usually. So you can, what I find when I'm learning songs for a band is that once I've figured out basically which one of these it is, it's really easy to remember then, because it's basically like, oh, it's 1 5 6 4, or it's 1 6 4 5 in this key, and this is like the little trick that they've added, like, you know, that crazy little thing called love, is they've added a little sus thing. So like, a little trick makes it original, but basically it's 1, you know, to flat 6, flat 7, 1. Anyway, give it a go and play around with these ideas.